I run this Jimmy Rosas. Like Captain Bennett had assigned everyone to do their own assignment and project. Mine was to differentiate a road bike from a track bike. One of the main differences in these bikes are where they're used. A road bike is generally used on the road to train or ride recreationally or more professionally on criterium races, tours, or endurance rides. And a track bike is used on a track, or in other words, a velodrome. A velodrome, for those of you who don't know, is a oval-shaped track that at the ends goes up at a 28-degree angle. And physically, these bikes are different in that a road bike has gears. And also, this bike will allow you to freewheel or coast, which allows you to rest as you're riding. And the gears change because of the derailleurs, which are controlled by levers. It also has brakes, which allow you to stop. And it also, the crankset, which is this, has 2 chain rings, they typically are 52 teeth and 42 teeth is the smaller one. And in the back, it's anywhere from 7 to 11 cogs, which it run from 11 to I think 32. And what allows this bike to be freewheel is the rear wheel. This rear wheel has a freewheel hub, which is what allows this to spin as the wheel is, which allows the cogs to stop while the wheel's in motion, as you can see. And on a on a track bike, it continuously keeps going with the cranks. And this bike also has no brakes. And what allows this bike to be fixed or locked cog is the rear wheel, like on the road bike. You see, this is one gear, and it has a lock ring which locks the cog onto the hub, and this does not become loose, so that's what makes this bike fixed, or a fixed cog. Also, one of the other big differences is the dropouts on these bikes. Since this is a one-geared bike, the dropouts are horizontal dropouts, which they call them, and it allows the wheel to just pop in and out. And on a road bike, it's a little different. It has called a road dropout, I guess. It's almost shaped like a C, and the reason for that is if the wheel comes loose, because the skewer might come loose, it allows the wheel to stay in. And also, on the right side, it has a hanger for the rear derailleur to be screwed on. On these bikes, the geometry is almost similar. In this case, I showed you guys a Pursuit track bike, which has extremely aggressive geometry, because it's usually used for time trials on a velodrome. But on a almost normal, I guess you could say, track bike, the geometry is much like a road bike. One of the main differences is the bottom bracket on a track bike sits higher, and that is because since the crank arms are locked and continuously pedal, if you take a turn a little too angled, you'll have pedal strike, and that'll cause you to flip over your bars, and crash. And on a road bike, the bottom bracket sits lower, and that's because you have the privilege of freewheeling and coasting. So if you're doing a turn, you turn your crank arm one way. And that's pretty much the difference between track and road bike. Thank you.